Hello and welcome to BMC Discovery. In this video, we are going to take a look on how to create cluster in BMC Discovery. In this demo, we will create a cluster of 3 members. We have picked this appliance with Discovery 12.2 patch 4 version. This is our first machine called as UKK NV9. This is gonna be our second machine called as VA2K1D. And this is going to be our third machine called as UKMIL5. Let's log into all of these machines as system user. The first thing we need to do is we need to pick the coordinator. You can create a cluster from any BMC Discovery machine, but the machine from which you create the cluster becomes the coordinator of that cluster. Coordinator manages numerous things in the cluster, including scanning, distribution of scanning, performing CMDB sync, pushing configuration changes across the cluster, and searching the data store. Selecting the coordinator is very important. It's because the data that you already have in the coordinator stays okay, but the data that you have in the member needs to be deleted in order for that member to join the cluster. Let's take a look. Let's go to the administration. In the appliance section, click on cluster management. Here in this page, you can see that this machine is currently not part of any cluster, but you can use this machine to create a new cluster and this machine will become the coordinator. However, this machine cannot join any existing cluster and the reason for that are mentioned here. Now let's take a look at the second member. Let's go to the administration, cluster management. Here you can see that this machine can join an existing cluster. The conditions are the version of the cluster has to be the same as this machine. In Help and About section, we can see that the Discovery version is 12.2 patch 4. And this is the machine which is going to be our coordinator. Here in Help and About section, we can see that this machine is also 12.2 patch 4. The version of all the cluster members has to be the same. This machine is newly installed. The candidate has to have the out-of-the-box default configuration in order to join the existing cluster. Also, go to Manage and Knowledge. Here we can see that the TKU version is 3.5.2021 and in the coordinator, the version is also 3.5.2021. You need to make sure that the TKU version of the coordinator is higher than the member. Let's go to Administration and Configuration in Coordinator. Clusters should be built from machines of similar specification and performance. So if one member of a cluster has 12 CPU, 64 GB RAM, 64 GB swap, and 1 TB for data store, then all the members in that cluster should have the same resources. Let's click on Disk Configuration in the coordinator and Disk Configuration in the member. In this demo, we have only one system disk on both the coordinator and the member. If in your example, you have your data store data over 1 TB of disk in your coordinator, then all the members should also have 1 TB of disk where the data store data is moved. Now let's take a look at the third member. Here we can see that this machine cannot join an existing cluster and the reason are stated here. Now, in order to make sure that this machine can join the cluster, you have two options. You can manually delete this data or the easier option is click on Reset Configuration. Reset Configuration will reset all the configuration setting to their default value, remove all the discovered data and restart system services. Once this is completed, this machine can join the cluster. Let's click on OK. Now we can see that this machine can join the existing cluster. In terms of a firewall configuration, you need to have port 25030 for cluster management, 25031 for data store, and 25032 for reasoning. You need to create them for both outgoing and incoming connections. For the next step, please continue with the part 2 of this video. That's all in this session for right now. Thank you for watching.